Prompt engineering is all about having the right labels, having the right information to the LLM because, as it is widely known, it is garbage in and garbage out. So, if you don't give it the right information, it will not give you the right output.
Welcome to How to Grow Using AI, Machine Learning, and Intelligent Automation, a podcast by eClerks. We explore how AI and machine learning are being used to scale businesses from end to end. But that's not all. In each episode, our industry experts dive deep into topics like AI-enabled sales optimization, predictive analytics, AI-powered marketing, and machine learning for product personalization. I promise to give you the goods, the insights, and the strategies that you need to grow your business. I am your host, Nicholas Cole. Thank you for joining us today. If you are an organization and you've thought about getting into digital transformation, getting into implementing AI to improve your customer experience, to improve profitability, this is the episode for you. Today I have joining me Nabeel Siddiqui. He is the Global Senior Director and Head of Tech and Automation at SAP Digital. He has been listed as one of the top 50 visionaries in tech. And so I want to give a warm welcome to Nabeel. Nabeel, why don't you just let us know just a little bit more about yourself and your role at SAP Digital?
Thank you so much, Nicholas. And hello to everyone who's listening in. My name is Nabeel Siddiqui, and I'm heading the tech and automation for SAP Digital. As an organization, we believe in improving productivity using technology and using technology as a means to help our workforce have an access to the latest in technologies, best in class technologies, so that their time could be saved, their productivity could be increased, and we can have maximum impact on our customers. And in my role, I lead a tech and automation team, a team of business architects, a team of engineers, and a team of product managers, so that we can deliver on the mandate of business AI. We can deliver on the mandate of improving productivity, and all while using the best in class technology so that our workforce can be empowered with that and we can create significant impact with our customers.
So you mentioned that you believe in utilizing AI and technology to increase productivity. So can you tell us a little bit more about that? How does it actually work?
It's easier said than done. I'll start with that because GPT was publicly announced in somewhere around in Q4 of 2022. And from there on, there was a huge curve that led to the adoption of GPT. And it was not an easy journey. So if I have to break down the journey, I'll break down the journey into three parts. First, with any new technology, it's always taken as a hypothesis that if this is working for a particular role or a particular function in a business context. And to test that hypothesis, normally the best way to do it is to conduct a study or a focus group study or a pilot to see if AI or if any new technology could be adopted and to see the use cases where it could fit in. So that's what the first logical step before employing any technology to a workforce or its mass adoption. The idea is to make sure that it is fitting well to the day in life of all the roles and functions. So that is step one. So conducting a pilot, conducting a focus group study. Now, if the hypothesis is validated by your users, because hey, we are building this technology for our users, we are building this technology for the users. And if they are saying that yes, it works for them and it is helping them, then we go into the next stage, which is called as best practices or running it like a program or for mass adoption in the company, in an organization, or wherever you're working at. So that entails basically, in the case of AI, in the case of GPT is all about asking the right questions from the machine. So you ask those questions in what is called as prompts. And prompt engineering is a best practice because the way you ask question, the output is varies on how you are reframing your prompts. So in my experience, when I was training the workforce, prompt engineering was critical because the way you construct a prompt is a best practice. And we released a number of guides in SAP in our company so that the users can know how to write prompts. They don't waste too much time on figuring out the right template for the prompt and they can focus on getting the output and leveraging that for their day in life. Now, the third step is that, hey, now you have run the pilot, you have validated the technology that it is working, you have a best practice of how to write prompts, how to get the maximum output from the technology that can supplement your day in life. But the third step is to make sure that proper governance, proper rules and regulations is followed so that responsible AI could be adopted in the company. And there could be different hyper personalization layers involved in this. There's a technology known as retrieval augmented generation, RAG, where we bring in data from different sources and we supplement that with LLM so that we can get the hyper personalized output for the users. Now, in a company context, many companies have made their own solutions, platforms on top of GPT. And that's where everyone is going. And that is the third logical step in this journey that I was talking about, where now you have learned, tested the technology, you have a best practice, but now you can really implement that best practices tailored to the needs of your workforce. And that's where the platform stage is. So I call it a three horizon framework: horizon one, pilot; horizon two, a program; and horizon three, a platform that could be tailored fit to your needs.
So, what are some of the challenges that you've experienced with people trying to implement that three-pronged system that you just mentioned?
So the challenge with technology is always the complexity. So if people think that the technology is complex, then they will not adopt it. They will not use it, and then you'll not be able to build the curve I was talking about. So to counter this challenge, it is very important for businesses to make sure that the technology is always marinated with the functional needs of the users. If I'm talking to you, Nicholas, and you're making podcast, I have to sell GPT to you in a way that could help in the podcast, that could help in creating content. And that is only possible if I understand your needs and I can draw parallel between technology and your functional needs. So that is very important to reduce complexity, build a bridge. And you have to give the users the trust, because without the trust score being high, the technology will not get adopted. If you don't trust, if you think this technology could be a threat to your job, then you will not employ it because you will think that this could replace you in the future, which I believe is not true. AI is not here to reduce jobs. AI is not here to take your jobs away from you. AI is here to help you be more productive so that you can do more and be more.
So, I actually want to talk a little bit more about that. Recently, headlines have gone to the news that, of course, last year I had a massive layoffs in tech industry. Actually, the month of February, this month, they've had layoffs due to companies implementing automation and AI. And so if I'm an employee working in a tech company, what are some things that I can do to be comfortable and not think about this possibly replacing me at some?
This is my personal opinion. So, what I believe is that you should always employ technology to amplify your productivity. So, if you're working in a company, you should use this as a tool, as an assistant to amplify the 8 or 9 hours that you are giving to the company. You can use it to do more. If you're a developer, you can use this to learn different best practices that you can employ in your day in life. If you're a content creator, you can use it to reduce your content generation time and you can increase your content execution time using tools like Synthesia, for example, which, Nicholas, you might have seen. It's a video creation tool. You can have different avatars, you can have your own avatar, and you can create videos out of it. So treat technology as a friend, as an assistant, and not as a barrier, because if you'll think of a barrier, then you'll not be able to cross it.
Right. So use it as an assistant. So, and to produce more. So I want to shift gears a little bit. I want to go back to as an organization. So if I'm an organization and I say that we want to get into AI, we want to get into machine learning, we want to get into predictive analytics, we want to get into all things tech, we want to get into digital transformation, where do I start? We can start with the question of, if I want to digitally transform as an organization, where do I start?
So, see, machine learning, all these technologies have been there for many years now. We're coming to know of it because of the news. We're coming to know of it because of all the hype. And I've been in the field of machine learning and AI for the last almost 8 to 10 years now, in my experience, in my professional experience. So it all starts with the data, because even if you think of LLM, they were also trained on data. It all starts with building a knowledge graph, seeing that, hey, this is my day in life, this is how I operate in a process or as an organization, and these are the places where I can employ the LLM or generative AI to basically amplify this process or maybe reduce some manual steps that my organization was taking. So basically, what I would do as an organization, if I am adopting AI, I would just create a knowledge graph of what do I have in terms of processes, how many processes I have which are manual right now, and I can automate it using AI. And then what could be the impact, the value add that it could be for my particular AI organization? And is it necessary for me to take this leap? And how much of a cost benefit advantage that I would get if I'll employ a technology like AI?
So we're talking about implementation of technology. The sale of a company that we have limitations. We have a tech team, but we also have limitations. So what are some things that an organization would need to look into when it comes to selecting an implementation partner?
So, depending on the industry that you're at and the governance level involved in an industry, you should always choose a partner that gives you a responsible AI, because there are talks, there are always concerns about the security aspects of AI. And those concerns are valid because we cannot expose all the data in an unsecured way to an AI engine. And we should always think about security, our objective or our strategic priority when we are implementing a technology like AI. So if you're a business that is going this route, please choose a partner which believes in a responsible AI, which has a very strict security measure so that the data of your customers could be secured. And then you don't lose a lot of money in lawsuits later on, because that could be technology is good, but then when it comes with all the legal costs, then no one likes it. So it's very important to go with partners that can be empathetic towards your users, that can be empathetic towards the needs that you have, and that believes in delivering a right solution that is fit for your needs, and also which is adhering to all the laws, all the DPP, GDPR laws that we have across the globe.
So you mentioned security, data security. When you think about that, with all of the new technology that's coming out in the field of technology, what technology excites you the most? I know we have ChatGPT. Talking about ChatGPT 3 came out in 2022, ChatGPT 4, and now ChatGPT 5 will be on the horizon. And so, out of all of the technologies out there, what excites you the most?
So GPT in general has all my attention, because now we have a model that is trained, that works well, that is very stable, and we can do a lot more. We can even like upload our Excels, our manual data, and we can ask it to analyze that. So we have got to that stage now. We can create videos out of it. There are companies which are using GPT to write a script for the video, and then they can marinate it with avatar, and you have a production video which took like a month before, now it could be done in 2 hours. So GPT in general has all my attention. I'm very, very excited about how it's gonna come out in the next few years. And I think the future is bright with GPT, and that's the technology I'll put my bet on.
And so, in the same vein, ChatGPT, there are other technologies that are out there. How can organizations, large and small businesses and large businesses, how can they take advantage of the technology, new technology that is out there now?
So if you're a small organization or if you're a big organization, improving productivity is always on your radar, right? So it doesn't matter if you have like 500 people or if you have 500,000 people, you always want to improve productivity, right? So that is the parallel between a small and a big organization. So AI could be used where you were wasting a lot of time before in basically creating content. You were having 1 week of time to create different content, different videos, different marketing messages. Now it could be done in 1 hour. It could be done in 30 minutes. But of course, you will need someone to again vet the content. It only gives you a template, but you have something to start with. And to create that template, I think earlier it used to take up 40% of your time to just to create different sort of templates. If you're a developer, to write a boilerplate code, it used to take some time. If you're a video creator, to write some script, it used to take some time. Now at least it gets you there. You don't start from scratch, it gets you a template. And then you can use expertise, you can use your years of experience to personalize it, to hone it basically to your audience. So yeah, I think like be it a small organization or big organization, this is a big time saved aspect where you don't start from zero now, but you start from let's say 40 or 45, and then you can get to 100 with the personalization and your expertise.
Okay. So you mentioned template. And so also earlier you mentioned the prompt engineering. And so could you give us an idea, like a template, or what are some best practices when it comes to, for example, prompt engineering?
So prompt engineering is all about having the right labels, having the right information to the LLM, because as it is widely known, it is garbage in and garbage out. So if you don't give it the right information, it will not give you the right output. So the best practice to write prompts is to always start with an action line that, hey, I want you to do this. I want you to write an email script which is targeted to market my product. But then there are additional data points. If you'll stop at this line, that it will give you something which is very, very generic, which is not for your audience. Now, to tailor make your audience, in your prompt, you can write that tonality. The tonality should be like an executive. Then you can also talk about the word count, right? So the word count needs to be 300 words. Then you can add more data. You can supplement the prompt with specifics of your product, that, hey, this is the one line statement for my product. Feel free to amplify it. This is the value proposition of the product. Then you can add more details of the products, right? So always construct it like you are teaching LLM something more about yourself. You tell it the action item, what you want, then you tell the tonality that you want out of it, and then you give it more details. So, in bits and pieces, this is how you construct a prompt that could give you a hyper personalized output, not a generic output that is for everyone.
So we want to continue our conversation about digital transformation. And so what are some of the biggest mistakes that you've seen organizations make when it comes to digital transformation?
Again, my personal opinion, I think technology cannot be imposed on a workforce. So if I go ahead and say that, hey, 100,000 people, please use ChatGPT because I'm saying so, that is a wrong statement and that is the wrong way to go about it. So it always starts from the root. It always starts from making sure that the end users are happy with investing their time on this particular technology. That could only happen if I can break down the technology into several use cases. One use case could be for a video production team, for a marketing team who is using this technology. Another use case could be with a set of developers who are writing codes and who could use this technology to amplify writing their code, or having a co-pilot that can help them write better codes. The technology could be also for executives who are writing a lot of emails day in and day out, and they would need an assistant to manage, an AI assistant to manage their response to several emails in the best and optimized and efficient way. So basically, if you can break it down into several use cases and you can make sure that your audience's needs are heard, that is the best way to start any new technology, be it AI or anything in your organization.
Amazing. So, Nabeel, you've provided some amazing insights. And so I just have one interesting question. I just am sitting here just wondering, with all this technology that's out there, all of the changes going on in the industry, obviously there's a lot of knowledge that's coming out, a lot of things that are changing rapidly. And so in your role there and just being a technologist, if you had a choice, if you had an opportunity to invite someone to lunch in the world of AI, who would that person be?
I would love to talk to Sam Altman over a lunch for sure, the CEO of OpenAI, and learn more about the future plans that he oversees, because I think that's the person to talk to if you want to know about more about what OpenAI has to deliver beyond ChatGPT 5, right? So I think they're also planning 6, 7, and 8, and I'm very interested to know about their 3 or 4 years of roadmap, and would love to have Sam Altman on a lunch with me so that I can know more about what his plans are.
I just want to remind you that you have my contact information. And so if you ever get that lunch, be sure to send me an invite because I would love to be a fly on the wall for that lunch. And so, Nabeel, it has been a pleasure. We enjoyed your time here. You provided some amazing insights. And to our listeners, be sure to tune in to our next episode.
Thank you.
How to Grow Using AI, Machine Learning, and Intelligent Automation is brought to you by eClerx. For more information about services and how we can help your business leverage the power of AI and machine learning, visit our website at www.eclerx.com. That's www.eclerx.com. Don't forget to search for How to Grow Using AI, Machine Learning, and Intelligent Automation on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast platform. And make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of our episodes. On behalf of everyone here at eClerx, thanks for listening.